In our previous episode, we traveled to Uzhhorod in southwestern Ukraine, where we saw two incredible castles. But we didn't see Uzhhorod Castle.
Or this guy.
On the first day, we arrived just as it was closing. On the second, it rained all day. The third day was Monday. Believe it or not, Uzhhorod Castle's closed on Monday. So we left without seeing Uzhhorod Castle.
Or this guy.
But how can we make a video about Uzhhorod without going to Uzhhorod Castle?
Or without seeing this guy.
Well, we made that video, and we think it's a pretty darn good video, too. But as we left Uzhhorod, we were haunted by what we'd left undone. Making a video about Uzhhorod without Uzhhorod Castle is like making a movie about the Titanic without showing the sinking of the ship. Or making a Western without horses. So, a month later, we just had to go back to scratch that itch. Because, gentle viewers, we know that you need to know about Uzhhorod Castle.
And this guy.
And we don't want anyone to say that we don't aim to please. So, without further ado, Uzhhorod Castle.
And this guy.
So an interesting thing is that from here, it's closer to 10 capitals of Europe than to Kiev.
Yeah, we're pretty far from the capital of Ukraine. Here we're on the outer fringe. This is the outer fringe of the country right here.
Yeah, this city is the most western city, regional capital of Ukraine. So we are very, very close to Europe.
Yeah, we got this beautiful historic building and historic restaurant right here. So it's drizzling a bit here. We haven't had much luck with the weather in Uzhhorod. The center of town is winding and easy to get lost in. Oh, we've eaten here before. Yeah. Yeah. It's a traditional Ukrainian restaurant right here. You just go down the stairs. Maybe we'll have lunch there later.
Yeah, maybe we should have lunch here. I remember it being pretty good.
You want to have lunch now? So we always have, I recall the incredible music in this place.
They have English menu, honey. Check it out.
Yeah, menu in English. We have
First foods.
foods from Bird
How about
here.
first foods?
And first foods and fish foods. You feed these to your fish. Flower foods, all the different kinds of food. And then beer, of course.
Завітали ми до Одещини на 4
thirsty cow.
There's a cow drinking beer out of a barrel, and I don't know what's going on with this individual.
Maybe he worships the cow.
Yeah.
Hindu?
Maybe worships the beer.
Відпочину я сьогодні, дещо річним закат. Дещо моя дещо, ви мені як мати, вмієте ви дещо, смачно готувати.
So what what have you got here?
Ooh, look at this. It's goulash in bread. Let me try. Oh, I see. You just have a piece of bread. Dip it. So we have some beans, onions, carrots. This is so good.
I have here some Hungarian thing.
Okay.
Uzhhorod is a world unto itself.
At least since 2012. Let's go! We have so much to explore.
You know who this chap is? What does it say there?
So his name is Dada Kola, Uncle Kola, and his job was to turn on and turn off the lanterns. He did it for decades, so he had to climb the ladder in order to do so.
Oh, there's something in English. In memory of lamplighter Uncle Kolya, who performed his duties with great dedication over several decades. Well, there he is. All right, so we're coming to the entrance of the famous Uzhhorod Castle. All right, let's go on in. Take a look. All right, we've got our tickets and we're on our way. Let's see what there is to see in Uzhhorod Castle on this rainy Thursday.
Oh,
Here's the scale model right here.
doesn't look like this is the same castle.
It is the same castle.
Really?
Yeah, we just went over the
Oh, okay.
we just went over the bridge there. See? Look at this guy here. Oh, squirrel! The date, Anno Domini 1598. So this place has been around for a while. This is Countess Christine Chaki, born on November 1654 in the castle of Spiš in what is now Slovakia. Countess was married to Count Miklos Bercheny in 1695. They chose Uxmal Castle as their family nest and transformed it into high society center of cultural and political life in the region 17th to 18th centuries. So similarly to another castle that we have been to recently, this one has a display about the current war and the men who are fighting in it, as well as some old shells. The last one would not let us take any video, but no one seems to be watching this one. So. We have the very short plastic family here. These are the fellas, the top dogs of the past. Crown of the first Hungarian king, István I.
The cross seems to be crooked.
The cross is crooked. Oh, he's adorable. That's weird, isn't it?
Well, AI technology
I see.
works in Ukraine.
We're high tech around here, huh? That's what I call a piece of furniture right there. So these are the castles of Transcarpathia.
So here you can see their present state, because some of them are almost completely ruined. Look at Kosovo, there is almost nothing there. That's how it looks.
Here's the loo.
Here it says vote for the Ukrainian National Republic.
What was the Ukrainian National Republic?
Oh, it was a separate party that wanted Ukraine to be a free country, and Augustin Voloshin, this guy, first suggested this as a new idea at that time. There was such a thing as Carpathian Ukraine. It didn't last long.
Short-lived Carpathian Ukraine.
This section of the museum is devoted to this period of time between the First and the Second World War. So basically that's when this idea appeared of independent Ukraine.
Check out the tongue on that bear. Muga. Ah, the good old days. All right, my dear, we've seen the castle. Where to now? Oh,
Now we are going back in time again, because this is the open air museum of the old way of living.
The old
folk architecture in life.
The old folksy Ukrainian way.
So after we saw how the royalty used to live, now we are gonna check out just regular folks.
Just how the peasantry
Just
used to
like you
live.
and me.
That's right. Well, it's kind of how we live now, out in the mountains ourselves. I don't imagine there will be many fresh discoveries for us living the rustic life as we do. Here we are. A proper rustic abode. Sort of like where we live, right?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Not quite, but
Oh yeah, just like home. Добрий день.
this is peasant house of the second part of 19th century. Typical.
Yeah, especially the antique fire alarm there. It's very Ukrainian peasant 19th century. There it is. Well, not entirely authentic, but close enough. There's also a barcode here on the side of the building if you'd like to learn more. I don't have any means by which to scan a barcode.
I like this roof.
It's a good roof.
Oh,
So,
beehives.
uh-huh.
Style beehives. Check that out.
Yeah. So what you get here in the open air museum is many different examples of old style.
This is
Architecture.
region. So basically, every region of this Zakarpat part of Ukraine.
Every region of this region.
Yeah, every region, every part of Zakarpat region,
Every sub-region
sub-region,
of the main region.
every sub-region.
For some reason, every sub-region of the region has
So here you can see the numbers on each log. The purpose was to transport it to a new place and put it together like it was originally.
it's the original IKEA house. Huh?
Yes. This was a Jewish pub.
Jewish
basically.
pub. Huh?
Uh,
Ресторанний комплекс, такий спереді бізнесу. Там в кінці можна було ночувати подорожньому, невелика кімната.
So this part was a bar, and the back part of it was a guest house.
Поряд банкетна зала, вхід з вулиці, ось звідси є прохід. Можна подивитися. О, так, давайте попідемо. І отут шинок.
This is
Це
the
що за
bar.
решіткою. Там можна заглянути всередину, там є полиця.
we get a drink?
Там є реманент, яким користувався
You
Шевченко.
can
Там є
see
боргова
the
книга.
artifacts, but
Can we get a drink?
I don't think so. like Jägermeister.
Jägermeister.
It's a local Jägermeister. It has, скільки ви кажете,
І вам
20 з чимось, так?
22 складові. Спеції, коріння і трави.
So 22 different herbs and roots.
I see.
Oh, it smells strong.
So if you come to the
It does smell like
Chocolate.
Jägermeister.
if you come to the model village, you can get some free drink samples.
Коли п'ють, кажуть, прийме Боже за лікарство.
You've got to come to the
May
former
God-
Jewish bar.
So the traditional way of saying may God take it for medicine.
Okay. All right. Indeed.
Розігріє горло. Якраз на цю погоду добре.
This is really
Гарно
good.
зігріє горло і бацилу
yeah.
зупинить на рівні
Strong.
мотор. Потім гарно піде в шлунок, там покращить травлення, посилює імунітет, там і корінь солодкою вона знімає. Інтоксикація, вона імуностимулююча.
This is good for immune system and yeah, for any.
Калган з корою дуба це дуже добре на травлення, позитивно впливає на шлунок.
It's just like Jägermeister, good for immune system. Huh?
Коли кажуть, що
Must be why American college students drink so much of the stuff.
могли бути ще корчми, могли
So
бути
this
окремо
is the
шинки.
stuff.
Шинок це там, де безпосередньо купують, продають,
Hutzel
наливають, міняють,
Jägermeister.
вбирають.
So this is natural sweets. It's made of egg
Майже немає
white
цукру.
and blueberry.
Mm-hmm.
It's, and dried in the oven.
Mm-hmm.
Цілу треба закидувати і тоді ловити кайф, бо вона така вся. Раз. Вітамінна бомбочка.
Класно.
Це все тут, ну, або жорбо моє, або
Yeah,
зовсім
this
трошечки
is all
грибіється.
local production. Her family and
Їмо ось.
another worker of
Це
this
сушений
museum
куркою.
makes the spirit.
And they just, they just
Це сушлики, курка сушена, маринована в спеціях, а потім сушена в сушарці при 70 градусах там 9 годин. Це можна запустити.
This is a dried chicken.
Висушена на
With
70%.
It's like 70%.
Закидуйтеся, не бійтеся.
What? Powerful?
З рук.
strong.
Це дуже погріє.
So what did you think about this stepping back in time and getting in touch with the way your ancestors
I love it.
used to live?
I love it. Look how pretty.
It's a nice roof. Grind your wheat here. And it's the goats! Bah! Who's a goat? Who's a goat?
Oh, I love the hairstyle on this one. That's so cute. This one has such a great hairstyle.
Dude, that is an awesome hairstyle you got. going on.
Wow. Aren't you cute, baby? Aren't you cute? Mwah. Mwah. I love your hairstyle. Mwah. Yeah, you're curious? Oh, so cute.
Boop, 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 boop.
I think that is a girl and this is, that is a boy for sure. I like the colors.
You like fingers, huh?
Can't go inside.
Looks open to me. So this is an example of a very old traditional wooden church here. I don't know how well you'll be able to see these murals, but